What is up, investors? Jason here. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a technical analysis on Cardano and just going into a little bit of information that's out there right now. But the price of Cardano currently is around 51 cents right now. We've just wiped out a lot of the big gains that we had recently seen. We had the price of ADA above 60 cents there for a little bit, and now we're back way below that. We dropped down more than 10 cents here just over the last couple of days, and things have just really gotten a lot more bearish over in the crypto market, especially with the whole news that came out with inflation being much worse than we had expected, and then some drama going on with Ethereum, which I talked about on the previous day. So let's go into a little bit of a technical analysis. So as we do, if you don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash the story and highlight or gently press that like button to help me out with the algorithm, and subscribe if you have not already. Let's get to it. So the price of ADA has pretty much been dropping ever since the Vasil Hard Fork in September of 2021, where we had seen some really big gains on the price of ADA just before that, and then after the Vasil Hard Fork had come out in the beginning of September, it was just consistent dropping off on the price of ADA since then. Now, the part of the falling wedge that we're really focusing on is the month of November of 2021. Around that time is when the Cardano really wasn't able to hold on to a price above $2 at that time, and then it just really fell through and it continued dropping. But the whole crypto market around that time, right after Bitcoin hit its all-time high in November of 2021, and it started dropping, Cardano really started to tank around that time, and it just has been in this decline ever since then, where we're seeing the possibility of it having multiple breakouts before, but that hasn't been the case. Now we're just kind of trending sideways. So we're kind of off the pattern that we've been on, as we were just seeing it continuously dropping and consolidating at a lower price every time. Now what we're kind of seeing it doing is we're seeing it do more of a steady sideways trade and getting really close to breaking out of this wedge here, but it's taking a bit longer than I would have thought. I thought that this catalyst with the Vasil Hard Fork would have been one that would have helped it, really change this direction and trend upwards, but that hasn't been the case. The crypto market in general, all the bearishness with the crypto market and the interest rates really affecting everybody's interest in investing right now. So all that fear is what's really dragging down Cardano right now, because we were going to most likely see the price continuously going up because of that catalyst with the Vasil Hard Fork. So there was a lot of potential there, but we're not able to get there just because of all this fear that we currently have right now that is really in the way of seeing any sort of possibility with it. So right now we're holding at this 50 cent support right now, which is a support that we need to be sure that the price of ADA is going to stay above, even though at this moment actually it's a little bit below that. It's actually dropping, took a little bit more of a dip here, and it's a little bit under 50 cents right now, but we really need to see it stay above this 50 cent support, because that's very beneficial for the price of ADA to work its way back up to that 60 cent price, and then hopefully start working its way out of this wedge here. But the lowest that it might be able to go to is 40 cents. And we have this 40 cent support line here. And this 40 cent support line is a very, very, very important line, which is where the price of ADA had touched on May 12th. And if we were to pull back a bit here and look at the last time that it had broken through that 40 cent price back in January of 2021, where it had broken through that 40 cent price, where it had a lot of resistance in at that time. And then when it broke through it, it just went all the way up to that $1.50 price and stayed between that and $1 back in 2021. Now, we're not having luck like that right now. This was during the Mary Hard Fork. This is what the price of ADA was doing during the Mary Hard Fork. And this is what the price of ADA was doing during the Vasil Hard Fork, where as we have this month with the Vasil Hard Fork, we're not seeing that sort of trend. I mean, we're lucky we're not continuously finding new bottoms every time we're dropping here, as we are now going more in a sideways here. But there's that possibility that we could just end up seeing it start to fall again, and hopefully not start to consolidate more at this 50-cent line and then drop down to this 40-cent price. Because I'd like to see it really break out of this wedge here. It doesn't really have to move much to get there, but you can see that there's just been a lot really keeping it from being able to do so. It's just been in this pattern, just following this pattern here and going down and staying at a more of a of this bearish trend here. Now, if we continue to trade sideways, if we continue to stay along and moving along like we are right now, and Cardano stays between these prices of around 50 cents to 60 cents, and by the time we get to the Vasil Hard Fork launch by the end of June, then we have a really good chance of actually breaking through this pattern here. But that would be if it's continuing trading sideways. If it is to go up, and then we have a better shot of that happening here much sooner, we can break out of this really quickly. But it has to be able to do such. Otherwise, if that's not the case, what we could be doing, if there's a lot priced into the Vasil Hard Fork, which I don't think there is, we would be seeing it kind of just hug along the breakout line here, kind of like what we were seeing happen with Bitcoin, where Bitcoin was about to break out, but instead it started hugging that breakout line and then just started dropping. Now, all this added fear in the crypto market is also adding even more fear to the total value locked of ADA, which we were seeing it very consistent. As far as the actual tokens go, we were seeing a lot of the TVL stay consistent, but now we're actually seeing a drop. And this isn't good as we're getting closer to the Vasil Hard Fork. We don't want to see any less TVL. So that is what's going on with Cardano right now. Just a massive crypto sell-off going on at this moment. Just a lot of fear out there with inflation. And we're more than likely going to see this also trickle into the stock market. Things are just going to go this route for a while until things can really turn around. So hopefully we're at the bottom, near the bottom. Who knows what's going to happen at this point? Now, my original price prediction that I made recently on talking about Cardano, I was talking about the possibility of Cardano reaching $1 by the Vasil Hard Fork. But at this point, looking at the crypto market, that's going to be very hard to do, to even see the price of ADA double from right now. So we'll have to keep following this. Hopefully we get things turned around, but at this moment, this is the direction. We can't really predict what's going to happen, especially when the markets are this volatile right now. So anyways, that being said, though, I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions about Cardano and the overall crypto market at this moment. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. New content coming out all the time. Thank you for watching and listening.